how have the existing audience been treating all of the new players? Greg, I'll come to you first.
Well, that's a loaded question, Lucy, as I'm sure you're aware. I think if you took a passing glance at the internet, you'd say badly, horribly. Look at these people yelling at each other. Look at the bigots and the racists that are on the internet and da 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 da. That's always what grabs the headlines because, of course, we need to excise that and get that out. But I think beyond that, you find audiences that are welcoming and do want to help. And, you know, as somebody who subscribes to the Animal Crossing subreddit, right? Like going through there, that is always 98% extremely positive, welcoming, answering questions, showing new designs, trying to share things. You know, I just started my playthrough of Bloodborne. And sure, there's plenty of people who want to talk crap and tell me I'm way late and yada, yada, yada. But there are so many other people who come into my stream and are like, wait, is he playing? Oh, he wants advice, but not too much advice. All right. And then they recommend people and they recommend communities. Like that is out there. And I think that is what we're talking about, of changing the definition of what gamers are. As we bring more people in and they realize it's not the angry kid in the basement on his keyboard yelling at somebody. It is this diverse group of people who love something and want to share that love with other people. I think that is there in you know, just huge amounts.
And Victoria, with a community as huge as the one for Among Us, how have you noticed the old guard playing nice with the new guard?
Honestly, same as Greg said. The people who tend to get the most attention are the loudest, but honestly, from my years of working in community, whether it was with Among Us or past studios, the majority of the time, everyone is just so welcoming and just happy to have new people in the game, because it just means you have more people to get excited with, right? And I know that we talk about AAA a lot, but I think one of the things is that indie games have always kind of had this diverse community that have really wanted to tell their own stories, and to see that reflected, I hope that also kind of integrates with the old and new communities, right? We've seen games like Venba, which are about an immigrant family cooking for for their children. Like that's a huge thing. And I see a lot of like old guard gamers, let's say, really embracing that kind of thing. Like they love the diverse stories. They love seeing new, fresh ideas, because that just keeps gaming interesting. So I think so far it's been really wonderful.
And Matt, what about you?
So we have 4 out of 5 US consumers playing video games in 2020. Video games are no longer just a small niche audience. We're talking video games are as mass market as anything out there. And what we saw over the course of the pandemic is the new players, they're family members, they're friends, they're people that people were hanging out with in real life before, but are looking for other ways to connect and get together. So, you know, in the industry, and those of us who are really connected to the gaming internet, we see a world that a majority of the game playing audience doesn't. They don't know about Reddit subreddits, and they don't know about message boards. They just know that, like, my cousin wants to play Call of Duty with me, so I'm going to play Call of Duty with him. And so I think that it's not just the mass audience of gaming that matters. It's the micro audiences. It's those small groups. It's the group of friends that get together on Friday to play Among Us and have a couple cocktails. Like that's the emerging audience in gaming right now. And in a lot of ways, it's really beautiful that people can connect that way inside of these games that we've loved forever.
Couldn't agree more. I want to extend a great big thank you to all of our panelists for joining us today and providing such incredible insight into an industry that we all love so very much. For more coverage of this year's CES, make sure you keep your eyes peeled to cnet.com.